If you hear this sound from your car, don't immediately jump into the conclusion that your engine is toast. It definitely sounds like rod knocking, but in this case it is not. When I posted these clips online, people were adamant that the engine is toast. Not fixable, this is rod knocking. One thing that bothered me was the fact that it was not consistent. Usually when you have rod knocking, the actual knocking sound goes in sync with your RPMs. So if you accelerate and then decelerate, what a rod knock should do at that point, it would go like this. I don't have a rod knocking clip of my own, so I'll demonstrate with a couple of screwdrivers. But in my case, it was very random, and it only appeared when I had driven the car for about 20 minutes, and when I stopped and I listened, it randomly made that noise. So finally, after I uploaded all the clips online and asked people what the hell is this sound, and they told me it's your engine that is now toast, I wanted to make sure. So I was looking in the engine bay, and I noticed that there was no sound when the car was cold, only after I've driven it. So that was concerning, but then when I kept looking, I noticed this. It turns out it was the tensioner pulley. Now in my car it's a BMW F-Series N55 engine. It's the active hybrid 3, which is basically almost identical to the 335i, except this vehicle has two tensioner pulleys, and in my case it was the bottom one that was crapping out. I changed the top one a year ago because I like to do preventative maintenance, and I did not even notice the one below, so that's where it crapped out. I have 105,000 miles on this car, and that's when it finally gave out, and that's what it sounds like. Sounds a lot like a rod knock, but you can easily diagnose this by just listening. If it doesn't go in rhythm with the RPM, it's probably not rod knock, it's probably your tensioner pulley. So just keep an eye on it and you'll see it wiggle, it goes back and forth, and as it wiggles, you know, typically these tensioner pulleys, they wiggle a little bit. You can barely see it, but as they age, they start to wiggle more and more, it becomes more and more loose. And as that happens, the belt actually starts going back and forth sideways on the pulleys, and at that point the edge of the belt will start to shred. In this specific engine, the N55, this is an actual emergency because if the belt gets shredded, there's an actual possibility that it will get sucked into the engine, and that's the end of life for that engine. It'll be toast. So if you hear this noise, you should fix the tensioner pulley immediately. I would not drive it until you do, but it's good to know that it's not your engine that's actually crapped out. But keep in mind that you probably should not drive it before you fix it.